Okay, Travis Wayne Goodsell. I'm all showered and shaved, ready to go for the day to continue on with the last minute planning of CES letter review series. This may take all day. Mosey. I will go as far as I can go. If we end, we end. I also had a video that would go along with the Mormon sex ed video series that nobody really is interested in. It would be dispelling the myths of the harmful influence of porn. There's a whole ton of crap out there trying to scare people away from porn. All idolatry. All idolatry. And it all has to do with, stick to your spouse. Don't go straying. That's it. Just have kids with one woman and stick with her. It's that simple. And yet everybody wants to throw in all this nonsense. I did find yesterday, I've seen before, but didn't see what it was called. It's referred to as the Egyptian erotic papyri. It was found by Egyptologists doing an archaeological dig in the Valley of the Kings at the workers' site, the workers' camp. And it's a different style, sort of. It has the same characteristics. It has the writing portion that's the same, but the petroglyphs, Egyptologists can't quite understand it, and they're calling it the first porn that got passed around in the camp among the workers, because they don't know how to decipher the petroglyphs. That's where I come in, and it's very easy to understand. You can actually, rather than calling it porn, I'd rather call it the Kama Sutra of the Egyptians. It's more appropriate. The one clue is that a woman is sitting on top of a pyramid capstone, and of course she's naked, and of course she's being penetrated. That has symbolic significance. It's not the woman getting aroused by that process. And that's what I'm surprised the Egyptologists haven't caught on to. But regardless. Alright, number 2, as I've wasted a whole bunch of time. The first one, we talked about how the use of the 1769 King James Version was coding. Similar to the Egyptians, the petroglyphs have ideographic meaning, a coding, but it's understood to the Egyptians, who understand the culture and the language. So too, a person who knows the King James Version of the Bible that's being plagiarized would understand the plagiarism and the text that follows. Jeremy does not make this connection. His second question is not really a second question. It's the same as the first. Because he says, what are these 17th century, you mean 18th century, italicized words doing in the Book of Mormon? When you're talking about 1769, you have to go round up and call it that century. So 1769, 18th century. If you're talking 17th century, you're talking 1600 to 1699. Just a little insignificant tip. But crucial if you're actually trying to get dates correct. So he shows the comparisons, word for word. Isaiah 9:1, 2nd Nephi 19:1, Malachi 3:10, 3rd Nephi 24:10. So, yeah, he's read Gerald and Sandra Tanner, their work on Mormonism. It's on the pile on the floor. I'll swing over. See that tall pile? The shorter pile is my works that I use as reference. But the taller pile has their big Mormon book. And it also has Mormonism and the Magic Worldview by Quinn. I was reorganizing the table. And I'm heartbroken over the glass frame that fell and cracked and scratched the table. Oh well. And so that's two in a nutshell. And so the key, Jeremy, don't look for what is the same. Look for what's different. That's the key to understanding why the plagiarism is in the Book of Mormon. I've been trying to teach this to Mormons for decades, and Mormons just refuse. I don't understand. Whatever. Who are you? I don't recognize your authority, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, don't, we have Kwaku, the new generation of apologists, coming out with his video saying that the plagiarism in the Book of Mormon is proof of its truth. Kwaku. Oh my God. So, what are you doing? My mouse acts up on me. So maybe I'll put that as the title. Plagiarism is proof of its truth. So yeah, you should have put that with one as your examples for it, rather than having it as question number 2. Includes mistranslation. Okay. And so this first segment of questions all relate to the first one. So you probably should have done them in an organized column of questions. 1, Book of Mormon, King James Version plagiarism, and then had A, same stuff, B, mistranslation, same stuff, so on. Alright.